Good afternoon and good morning to those staying in different time zones. My name is Patrick Poon from the Department of Marketing and International Business, Ningnan University, Hong Kong. My co-author is Professor Paul Wittner, coming from the same department. Today, I'm very pleased to attend this conference online, and I'm going to present an exploratory study entitled The Use of Gamification for Blended Learning in Marketing Education. And this shows you the outline of my presentation today. First of all, do you think lecture quiz is boring and exhausting? Most of you will say yes, right? And can lecture quiz be interesting and having high student engagement? Based on previous studies, we know that the use of gamification can foster student motivation to participate in learning activities. The growth of digital technology such as computer and mobile application has provided an innovative approach in teaching, and blended learning can integrate teaching pedagogy with media-rich technology. As indicated by Ann and colleagues, the concept of gamification advocating the use of game design elements in non-game contexts to engage learners for critical connection is progressively adopted in education to facilitate knowledge acquisition. Students are expected to be more motivated and achieve better learning outcomes when e-learning activities involve competitive elements. Gamified quiz integrates game design elements into traditional test paper, and different game-based learning platforms have been indeed developed. The scoring system enables students to check self-learning progress and receive a positive social comparative feedback among peers. Owing to the influence of COVID-19, implementation of hybrid teaching, which involves blended learning, has been widely adopted. The blended learning utilizes and integrates face-to-face and virtual learning experiences. However, our students are new to such pedagogical approach, and there's a concern about their engagement and performance in the blended learning environment. In fact, the use of gamification or gamified quizzes are expected to be an effective method to enhance student engagement and performance in such learning environment. So as shown in this slide, the major objectives of this study include to investigate the students' attitudes towards the use of gamified quiz, to compare the game design elements of different game-based learning platforms, to examine the effectiveness of gamified quiz on student engagement and learning performance. Based on previous studies, we know that it is a challenge to keep the students be motivated, engaged, and concentrated throughout the lecture. A lack of motivation can result in a reduction of learning outcomes and elective atmosphere in the classroom. Due to the increased access and resource, blended learning is found to be able to improve effectiveness and attractiveness of education. Instructors now can utilize new technological resources to aid classroom instruction, and technology can enhance learning through several processes such as providing students with instant feedback, making additional resources readily available, or allowing students to practice their skills at their own pace and test their own knowledge. And gamification is one of these changes that may present itself as a useful, cost-effective, and efficient tool for educators to improve student learning outcomes. In the gamified teaching experiment performed by Fortowitz and colleagues, the results identified many positive effects for the use of gamified approach, including improved class attendance, less late arrivals to class, higher downloads of course materials, improved classroom dynamics, and higher final grade. Believe it or not, 61% for gamified features in the course design versus 55% for traditional course design. Gamified quiz platform or game-based student response systems such as Kahoot can help students improve their anxiety tolerance level and improve their self-esteem due to anonymity. However, the joyful gaming experience brought from the gamified quiz is necessary by having challenging factors in order to be engaged and involved in class. Why students enjoy playing games? What are the related motivational needs? There are 5 major theories that can be used to explain students' motivation needs in playing games. They are flow theory, goal setting theory, social comparison theory, self-determination theory, and behavioral reinforcement theory. According to flow theory, people like to have a state of full involvement, complete absorption, and intrinsic enjoyment. Goal setting theory indicates that people consciously strive to attain a goal. Social comparison theory indicates that people have an innate drive to evaluate their own opinions and abilities. And according to a self-determination theory, people like to do something out of inherent interest and joy, tend to exhibit a high-level engagement, and actualize high-quality learning and creativity. Behavioral reinforcement theory indicates that when people's new behavior is positively reinforced, they tend to develop the corresponding habit. Horn and Hill developed a gamification design model with a focus on 5 motivation elements. The 5 motivation elements are goal, assess, feedback, challenge, and collaboration. So based on this PowerPoint slide, you can see that for goal, it's good to set a long-term or short-term goal. And for assess, it's good to allow students to choose suitable challenge for themselves in the game design. For feedback, it's good to provide instant feedback to students. And then you can see that it's good to have a progress bar, badge, participation badge, skill badge. For challenge, it's good to allow students to compete with peers. For collaboration, it's good to allow students to work together as a team. Now I'd like to perform a comparison of different game-based learning platforms. The game-based learning platforms that I like to compare include Moodle, Kahoot, Quizzes, Quizlet, Quizvisa. At my university, we are using Moodle, which is a learning management system. We can easily set up a Moodle quiz for students to participate. But of course, there are many limitations in the Moodle quiz design. In last semester, I was using Kahoot in making gamified quizzes for my students. Then in this semester, I've started to use quizzes and also Quizvisa. Quizlet is very similar to quizzes, but I still include this in the comparison. This slide shows you the web information concerning Moodle quiz. I think some of you have an idea about the setup of Moodle quiz already. And then we can set up quiz and running the quiz while Moodle. Kahoot, this is the website of Kahoot. And this is a sample questions created by Kahoot. And the students can see the answers. And also they will know whether the answers are correct or not once they have submitted the answers. Quizzes. So this is the website. And you can see the sample questions created by quizzes. Quizlet is similar to Quizlet. This is the website. The related information of Quizlet. Finally, Quizvisa. And this is the official website. Personally, actually, I'm a subscriber member of Quiz Visa, and then we can choose or create our background easily. And you can see that the courses that I have been using Quiz Visa for the creation of gamified quizzes. For my MIB 501, this is consumer behavior course for senior students, postgrad students, and MKT 4312 is a strategic plan management course for undergraduate students. So you can see that this is a very distinctive and interesting features in Quiz Visa, because we can select the background like this one. Squid Game, right, is a very popular South Korean TV series for Netflix. So in case I was a student, then I will be quite excited and motivated because I love the Squid Game. So the involvement will be higher. This shows you a comparison of the gamification platforms with regard to the gamification design model, focusing on the 5 motivation elements: goal, assess, challenges, collaboration, and feedback. So you can see that regarding those motivation elements, Moodle is quite limited, right? Moodle does not have the goal, assess, challenges, and collaboration elements. For Kahoot, except the assess motivation element, it has all the other 4 motivation elements. Quizzes, Quizlet, and Quiz Visa, they all have the 5 motivation elements, but there are some kind of differences among them. So in this slide, you can see the differences in terms of the features regarding challenges, and also decorative feedback, and so on. So you can see that Moodle quiz, of course, is not very good. Kahoot is not bad, but it appears that quizzes is better. And then when we compare quizzes and Quiz Visa, we have to focus on the features that can be provided by each gamified platform, because there's some pros and cons. For example, for quizzes, it has timer, real-time ranking, redemption questions, and so on, right? But Quiz Visa, it does not have timer. It does not have redemption question. But Quiz Visa has a customer character, custom map, right? So you can see the differences. To me, Quizlet is similar to quizzes, but you can see the difference based on this table. And also, quizzes is good in terms of the performance feedback, and Quiz Visa does not have the average time per question feature, total accuracy feature, and question review feature. But I want to highlight that badges and leaderboards are important features for gamified quiz. And they can see quizzes, Quizlet, and Quiz Visa, all of them have a leaderboard, just showing the performance or ranking of the participant. So this may involve competition component. Regarding methodology, I want to stress that this is an exploratory study. We're going to refine the framework, refine the measurements, and will collect more data. So an exploit study was conducted with the use of self-administered questionnaire survey. Gamified quiz platforms being used include Quizzes and Quiz Visa, and the samples included 32 undergraduate business students taking a marketing course, MKT 4312 Strategic Brand Management, and 33 master degree business students taking a marketing course, MIB 501 Consumer Behavior. The major measures include class engagement, learning motivation, learning effectiveness, learning performance, and team collaboration. We mainly use the 7-point Likert type scale. 1 means strongly disagree, 7 means strongly agree. And this is the questionnaire being used. Do you think the quiz game makes you not to be bored? Do you think the quiz game make you not so answers for the difficult questions? What do you think about the competitive features, music and background? Questions related to learning effectiveness, learning performance, motivation to learn, and so on. Whether it's important to have avatar, whether it's important to have team collaboration in the conduction of gamified quiz. The results support the effectiveness of the use of gamified quiz. So class engagement, student would have a higher focus on the learning process. And you can see this is the figure, the mean score 5.82 for the undergraduate class, Strategic Brand Management, MKT 4312. And this slide shows you the results of the master degree student taking MIB 501 Consumer Behavior. So you can see the mean score is quite high, out of 7. And this shows you the class engagement with the involvement of competitive component for undergraduate students, mean score of 6. For master degree students, mean score of 5.85. For learning motivation, so this shows you the effectiveness of the gamified quiz regarding learning motivation. Undergraduate students 5.1 line 1 and 6.03 for master degree students learning motivation. P-class preparation also high because they want to perform better for the next gamified quiz. They tend to study in advance. A mean score of 5.48 for undergraduate students, a mean score of 5.12 for master degree students. In terms of learning effectiveness, the mean scores are also high for undergraduate students and also the master's degree students. Learning performance also high for undergraduate students and high for master's degree students. Do you think it's good to collaborate as a team in the game quiz? Even though some would give a low score, but the mean score shows that it is also high, 5.42 for undergraduate students and 5.21 for master's degree students. The use of gamified quiz will lower the level of anxiety and boredom. So you can see the scores for the undergraduate students, 6.12, 5.52, 5.45 regarding the lowering of anxiety and boredom. And you can see the scores for master's degree students. The scores are also high. So is gamified quiz better than traditional quiz? Of course, the answer would be yes, right? And then we see that the mean score is quite high for undergraduate students, 6.3 and 6.24 for master degree students. There's a question asking about the importance of avatar. So you can see that in the quiz wizard, we can choose the avatars, right? These are animals or some other characters. So do you think it's important to have an avatar or custom character in the gamified quiz? Even though some say it's not necessary, but the mean score show that is also high, 5.52 for undergraduate students and 5.0 for master's degree students. So for conclusions, in general, the findings support the effectiveness of using gamified quiz in teaching and learning. The two sample groups showed similar results. Students' class engagement, learning motivation, learning effectiveness, and learning performance are found to be enhanced while the use of gamified quiz. Team collaboration, competitive features, and avatar features are found to be important in the design of game elements for the quiz. As I said, this is an exploratory study, so we're going to refine our framework, refine our measurement scales, and like to collect more data. This exploratory study provides a support for the use of gamified quiz in marketing or other business courses. Gamified quiz can be used for both undergraduate and postgraduate courses. It would be good to form student teams in running the gamified quizzes. Avatars appear to increase students' motivation to participate in gamified quizzes. For future research, it's good to have a theoretical model which can capture the major factors affecting the design of gamified quiz elements. And it's good to have an experienced design with the involvement of a control group, which means there's a control group without the use of gamified quiz in the class. Our measurement scale will be enhanced through updated literature review. In addition, indirect assessment by students, a direct quantitative assessment of student performance will be performed. That's all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention.